Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'll be filming my updated K-pop shelf tour or album collection video. I feel like it's been 2 years since I last filmed one of these videos, so quite a lot has happened since then, and I've moved twice. But I just moved in here and I literally just finished my shelf setup, at least for now, yesterday. So I thought I would just film through before it changes too much again. You can see over here I have my main setup. I hate the color of the wall. It'll probably either become white or pink. But again, I just moved in. But yeah, I have my two bigger shelves and then my little Billy IKEA shelf there at the bottom. And then I also have a Kellex IKEA shelf somewhere else in my room. And I also have some K-pop albums and merch items there. So I will take you through every single shelf. I won't take you through the shelves that aren't K-pop themed, obviously. And I have quite a few albums. I counted, and without all of the extra albums, because I have 150 of just spare albums, I have just over 300 albums. And that's also not counting merch items. So quite a lot of things to go through. But before we start, just a last thing, I will do a little FAQ in the pinned comment, where I get my stuff, where the shelves are from, stuff like that. So before you comment, maybe just check that one out, because I hope to answer most of the things you might want to ask down there. So yeah, anyways, let me start. I'm gonna start over in my izone/hyewon shelves. So here is the first album shelf. Up here I've got my hyewon things and some izone things, and as you can see, I like to layer my shelves to make them look more interesting and more decorated. I'll try to go through every album and tell you what it is, so I'll have to remove some things. First of all, starting with this one. This is my signed one-reeler album. It's signed by hyewon. I actually bought it secondhand from someone who bought it through M-Wave, so it's an M-Wave signed album. I'm just gonna move it out of the way. Let's just start over here. So these are hyewon items. We got her first photo book. She only has one photo book right now, but I'm hoping that there'll be more in the future. If you don't know, hyewon is a member of izone, or a former member of izone, obviously, as they are disbanded, and she is my old of olds. If you look at my channel name, hyewonize, that is after her and izone. So I have quite a lot of her stuff and also a lot of izone stuff. But yeah, so like I said, her first photo book beauty cut. I have both versions, and then I have both versions sealed as well. I like collecting sealed things for hyewon. It just it feels nice, even if they're not that exclusive. And then same thing, we have a diamond, which is a special single release that she did, I think last year, with stayc. Should I pull it out like this? I have the art book, it was called, that came with that. And again, I also have it sealed. And then for the next thing here, we've got the OST, the original soundtrack of one of the dramas that she's been in. Oh no. And she's on the cover, and it also came with photo cards and stuff. It's called Seasons of Blossom or something. Then here we got my no, what am I talking about? This is from the Icon magazine, their first Icon magazine. They did standees, so that's what this is. And then we have her regular winter album. So she released, if I just remove this one for a second, she released a limited edition, which is this one, and then a regular edition of her special mini album, winter album that she did in, I think it was in 2021 actually. It was the year that they disbanded, so it was very, very sweet of her. I have the regular version, and then I have the regular version sealed, and then I have the limited version here, and again another one that is sealed. Then below here we've got concert DVDs, or one is a concert Blu-ray, and another one is a DVD from their Eyes on Me tour that they did in 2019. And then quickly before I move on to that side, this is the light stick that came with her fan meeting, her Japanese fan meeting. And I thought it was super cute and I wanted to get it. Then this album over here is the One Eric Diary One Eric version, or fantasy version, with her cover. And that album was concealing some other things, including a hole where I don't have anything yet, but my izone collection is constantly expanding, so I always want to keep room, and that is a theme throughout most of my shelves as well. So here we've got their second mini album, Hard Ice. I've got two of the sapphire versions. I bought an extra in order to get photo cards since I collect OT12, and I found it sealed after the disbandment, so that was pretty nice. And I also bought it in hopes of pulling Hyewon's cover because these also had member covers. I think this is Yuri and then Nako on the other one. You can't see that. Nako just peeping through there. And then on this one, I did get Hyewon. I actually traded with my girlfriend at the time because she pulled Hyewon and I pulled Nako. And so we traded. So that was pretty nice. And then this is the like Kino version of these two. So another like Eyes on Me thing. And then this is the, oh shoot, I think this is the Rose version of their first mini album Colorize. It had a color version and a rose version, and I'm pretty sure this is the rose version. And I have the color one signed, which you'll see in like a few seconds. So I keep the other one here because this is like honestly kind of inconvenient to store compared to like their other albums. I really love when albums are like the same size, like think Loona for example, and izone. They're like letter free. Releases were pretty nice, but the first two really just bugged me. So I kind of like hide it away behind the One Eric Diary album. Alright, so going to the shelf right below it, here we've got my other main izone shelf. This is a lot more izone focused than the first one. And again, I have to move some things out of the way, so let's just get that out of the way. So this is another one reeler album. This is the Scene 2 version. The other one was Scene 3. And there's nothing really special about this album, but they did come with these like member postcards that you could like put in the front. As you probably saw for the other one, I turn it around and have the group photo, but I always like to showcase my Hyewon items, so I thought this would be cute, and I love the concept on her. In general, that is probably my favorite concept, the Scene 2 one. Then this right here is a cup that you got from their first fan club kit, and I think it's super cute, so I always like have it on my shelf. Then over here, this is from One Eric Theater, their first like online concert that they did after One Eric Diary, and they sold merch, and I got a lot of that merch, including the standee, which I think is so cute. I really love Hyewon's purple hair, like, so anything with like her purple hair on it, I want it. Yes. And then this one over here is from the One Eric Theater concert DVD / Blu-ray that you can actually see in the background. And I have my Hyewon of these Polaroids like in my binder, but Hyewon is also one of my like top biases in izone, and she's my bias in sserafim. So I thought like since I had her Polaroid, I might as well like display that one, so it's not just Hyewon that I'm showing. But yeah, she's so freaking cute. And it's like a calendar kind of thing, so you could like switch it out depending on the member. Like this is Minju. But yeah, I have it on Hyewon. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's get into these albums. So, like I mentioned before, like I like the latter three of their albums because they're not the same size, but they're like close enough to being the same size. Why did I put it like this? I guess technically it should have been Blue Mice One Eric Diary One Reeler or One Reeler One Eric Diary Blue Mice. Should I change it? I'm gonna change it. This is the thing about shelves, because I feel like even if I'm done, I feel like I'm like tweaking it all the time. But yeah. So first up is Blue Mice over here. We've got the I was, I am, and I will versions. Blue Mice was their first and only studio album. I'm so sad. Like full album. And it was really good. It has their best song on it, Pink Blusher, and you can argue with a wall if you disagree. And then that was like the end of their Eyes series. So if you haven't noticed, like it was Color Eyes, Hard Eyes, and then Blue Mice. And then they moved on to the One series. So here, these are the One Eric Diary albums. These are my favorite. This is my favorite of their releases. I really love the One Eric Diary album. And I love this styling so much, like it's so pretty. So we got the 3D version right here. Looks like this. The One Eric version, you saw the Hyewon cover one, but I also have the Wonyoung cover. She's so cute. These are like member specific covers, but there's also like a group version for like every single version, or for both versions. The 3D version didn't come with member covers. It's just the One Eric version and the diary version. So for the diary version, speak of the devil, I have the group cover right here. I actually collect OT12, or I try to collect OT12 for the diary version covers. So I'm not very far. I only have like 5 so far, but you'll see those in a bit. And then these are the One VLLO albums. I'm just gonna make sure this doesn't fall when I start touching things. So this is the scene 1. I have no one in the cover. And scene 2. And then scene 3, where I've got Sakura. Oh my god. Wasn't expecting that. Alright. And then over here, you can see my signed hyewon album. This was the first signed item for hyewon that I owned. And I think it was like my second signed album ever. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, I got this hyewon signed album and I cherish it quite a lot. This is the color version, by the way. And then these down here are the first online concert with Eric Theater. This is the Kino version and the Blu-ray version. There's not a DVD version for this one. And then these ones over here are the diary versions that I have so far. Let me just remove these ones. So I've got, oh no, they're the wrong way. Oh, that's sad. I was gonna pull them out so you can like see the member on the cover. I guess I'll do that. So I've got hyewon. Cheon. Chewon. Nako. And Hitomi. This was my first one, and then I got the hyewon one, and then the other 3 I picked up on Mercari Japan. Above it, I had these 2, which are both Kino albums. This is the One Eric Diary Kino album, and this is the One VLLO Kino album. I also do have the Hard Eyes Kinos, but I just don't have them over here. I have them with my like Sserafim Weavers albums and my newjeans Weavers albums on my desk. And I don't think I'll be showing you that, unfortunately, because it's not yet finished. Maybe I'll do a desk tour one day. Who knows? All right, let me just put everything back and then we'll move on to the next shelf. All right, so this shelf is like mixed with some books and some manga and also some albums. Here I've got like Baekhyun and not even all of Baekhyun's albums. And then Loona and X1 actually. So kind of a random assortment, but I feel like they fit well enough together, except for the Bambi albums. I don't want to separate City Lights and Bambi, but I really want City Lights there. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. So guarding it, here we have Chika. If you know Kaguya-sama Love is War, then you'll know Chika. I do have a few anime figures, and they guard my collection. So here we've got X1 Quantum Leap, their first and only album. I really liked X1. You'll see a few of their other things throughout this video. Not that they had that much, but you know. And the other version, I actually don't remember what the different versions are called, and at this point I don't really care anymore. Then I have my Loona albums, and most of my Loona albums are second press, except for the Yeojin solo one. But we have, I feel like this is the wrong way again. Yeah, that's really sad. We have And, another version of And. We have 12. I think this is the C or B version. Then we've got Olivia Hye, Kim Lip and Jinsol, 1/3 Love and Evil, Yeojin, again this is first press, and then Heejin and Hyunjin, who are my bias line, but I don't have any of their solo albums. Because I was going to buy them, but then like the boycott, so I won't be buying them. At least not like first hand. Like I might try and find them like second hand, but I don't know. So that is my Loona collection, and then here we got my Baekhyun albums. Baekhyun is my like favorite soloist in all of K-pop, so I have all of his albums. It's just that his like, the album in between these two is like so big and inconvenient, so I don't store it on these shelves. But yeah, I've got both versions of Bambi, like the photo book versions, and then we've got City Lights, which is my favorite K-pop album ever. So I think that's why I really want it like here on this shelf. Yeah, not too many K-pop albums, but I also want to like switch it up a little bit, and I also like having like all of the decorations and stuff. And just like for the record, I also have Kaguya on the other side, and this cute little ugly animal that I saw and I fell in love with. I'm like, she's so cute. She's so ugly, but like she's so cute, you know? Okay, so here marks like the beginning of my color coded, or at least my attempt to color code my albums. I like to keep them by like artist, but when I don't have that much from said artist, like, or if I don't like collect them, so I know that, so I'm not sure if I'll like extend the collection, then I tried doing this, which is like color coded, but like I have a lot of black albums and they don't exactly fit in the rainbow, but I think it's decent. I think it's decent. Same with white albums and the pink albums. That's why they're all on this shelf. So starting from this side with the black albums, I just have my Ryujin. I call this my "Oh my god, I hit tweet" standee, but I feel like that's a very niche reference. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, it's from Crazy in Love. Then I've got the albums, and again, I'll just like go through them. So here is Lee Hongi's Do and Do, Kepler First Impact, Up Tension, The Moment of Illusion, Twice, Yes or Yes, Monster X, The Connect, Kepler's First Impact again. I don't know the version names. I think they're like numbers or something. Then I got my marked version of Super M's debut album. Shiny Everybody. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is Nine Muses' Sweet Rendezvous. Then Kepler's First Impact again, the pink one. Taemin's First Mini, Ace. Then we've got NCT 2018 Empathy. This is the reality version. And then we start my pink albums. So we've got CSR Sequence 17 and Pink Punch by Rocket Punch, The Rubber Festival, the finale version, Red Velvet, and again Red Velvet Queendom. I love this packaging. That is so... It's giving Barbie and I love it. Like, it's so cool. I hate the other packaging of the album, but this one is nice. Then on this side, we've got my winter Black Mamba standee from the like SM shop. And then we've got some more albums. So we've got 우주소녀 초코메 Humph. I'm not sure about the Korean name. Then we've got Nine Muses A, Muses Diary, this one. Then we've got My Voice by Taeyeon, the deluxe edition. Love this album, really love Taeyeon. Then Lunar Solar Flare. Yeah, Solar Flare. Then NCT 2020 Resonance Part 2. Then this is Mimi Rose's first single. Then NCT Dream We Boom, NCT Dream We Go Up. This is We. I initially bought their like debut album because I like X1, like I said, and Johan was my bias. But I haven't really been vibing that much with their music, so I haven't bought anything but their first mini. And then we've got NCT 127 Superhuman and the Black... No. I feel like the album is called something other than Savage, but at this point in time, I actually do not know. It was aespa's first like physical album, the jewel case that came with that, so. Alright, so this part of my shelf is actually like so low to the ground that my tripod is like too big, so I have to kind of like improvise this a little bit with how I hold the camera, so I'm really sorry about that, but oh well. So these are like my most colorful shelves. These are like color coordinated by the rainbow. Or at least I tried my best to do so. And I'll just go by the albums one by one. On the far left here, we've got NCT 127 Cherry Bomb, then Red Velvet's Red Flavor, and NCT Dream's Hot Sauce. I've got the marked version of the jewel cases. Then Rocket Punch, Red Punch, Bugaboo's Pop, Secret Numbers, Got That Boom, Red Velvet. This is the Reve Festival Day 1, so the Simsalabim album. Then Take Over the Moon by Wavy, Frilla Killa by VAV, Shiny's, I think it's called The Beginning of Light, and it's like the first one. Then NCT 2020 Resonance Part 1. Then I really enjoyed Tempest's debut, so I got both versions of their first mini album. So this is the orange one. I don't know the version names. Then Astro Gateway, 우주소녀 Chocome's first mini, Humph, the yellow version. Then Give Me More by VAV, NCT 127 New Zone. Then I've got my favorite 우주소녀 album, which is For the Summer. Weeklies We Play, that's the one with After School on it. So I have both versions of that one as well. That's the green version. Then Red Velvet, the Rabbit Festival finale, the scrapbook version. Then NCT Dream Hot Sauce. I think this is the boring version. It's like my favorite out of them. Then Gugudan Act 2 Narcissus. NCT 2020 Resonance Part 1. That's the other version. You saw the orange-ish one before. Then VAV's Poison, 우주소녀's As You Wish, VAV's Spotlight, the other version of Tempest's first mini, or at least like the photobook version. I think there were like one more, but I just got the photobook version. Then Jonghyun She Is, which is like my favorite album of his, like it's so freaking good. Red Velvet's The Velvet, ILY1's first single. I'm not 100% sure about that. Then Obtention's Summer Go, Red Velvet's Rookie, this is the Yeti cover. Then Itzy's Icy, Purple Kiss Into Violet, really loved their debut and like all of their pre-debut content, so I just had to get that album. Then FT Island's What If, the other version of that one weekly album. And lastly, we've got EXID Full Moon. So that was it for my like rainbow shelf. I think it looks pretty cool, but yeah, of course not all of the colors go together because they're all made by different artists. So, but I do think it looks really cool, especially when you're like at the other side of my room and are just like looking over at my shelves and then you see like the rainbow shelf. I think it looks really awesome. I really like it. All right, next up, I'm gonna move on to the like mini shelf in the middle. On this shelf, I mainly have my boy groups, or like my old boy groups, I guess. So 17 and EXO. It's mostly 17. EXO has like a very small portion of the like shelf below the one we're mainly looking at right now. So yeah, this is mainly like my 17 collection, but it's my boy group shelves. So starting up here in the front, I have Dino's version of the Semicolon album. Dino is my bias, if you can tell from that little preview thing. I really love Dino, so of course I had to get his version. And then let's just get into the albums. So this isn't an album, actually. It's their first fan club kit that I have and that I treasure a lot. Then I have a signed album, but it's Hengai, and I love 17 and I love their music and I want to keep buying their albums and stuff. But they probably have the worst like combination of album packaging. Like it is so bad, genuinely so bad, and I really dislike it. Yeah, not to be negative, but that's just my opinion really. I really dislike the packaging of their albums. This one particular, like it's so bad. And a lot of their albums also just like they arrived damaged to me directly from the source, and it's just really pissing me off, but it's mostly because of like the album packaging. Really annoying, but yeah, I still love them and their music, so I will keep buying their albums, unfortunately. But yeah, this is Hengare, which arguably has the worst packaging. It is signed by Hoshi, it's through M-Wave. This is the weaving kit that came with Semicolon. I haven't used it because I'm not creative like that. Then these two are Sector 17, got both versions. And then this is Boys B, turned the wrong way. Yeah, Boys B, this version. Seek version, the other one is the Hide version. The other one is pink, so I kind of want that, but well. And this is their first mini, 17 karat, and it is one of the worst packagings ever. And as you can see, it's I was gonna say it's seen better days, but no, it's been like that from the beginning. And then this is Your Choice, arguably way better than that one in terms of packaging. But I only have one version of Your Choice, and it's the one side version. Then we've got Going 17. This is the Make the 17 version. And then an Ode, I've got all but the real version. So the green one, which is Hope, The Poet, Truth, oh no, and Begin. Here we've got their Love and Letter albums. So the Letter version and the Love version. Oh wait, I skipped one, didn't I? Yeah, I skipped the repackage of Love and Letter. But yeah, these are some of my favorite of their albums. Pretty You is probably my favorite like title track. Really love Pretty You. I am a Pretty You enthusiast. It's like my most listened to song of all time on Spotify. So yeah, I love that song a lot. Alright, then over here we've got another Dino thing. This is the standee from Teenage. It came with like a random member standee, and I've got 3 of them. And this is my Dino one. And then these I won't be taking out, but these are the YMMD series, and something's wrong. Alright, this is the right order. So these are their YMMD albums, so You Make My Day, and the follow-up You Made My Dawn. And I've got all 6 versions. Can I remember what they're called? I think Meet, Follow, Set the Sun. I don't remember what You Made My Dawn are called. Also some great albums from them. Some of my favorites. I loved this era of 17, so good. And as you can see, I have a signed version of one of them. This is signed by Dino. We love to see that. It was my first signed Dino album. It wasn't my first signed like 17 item, because that was this one, which is signed by S-Coops. But yeah, really happy to have that there. I think I had like 2 signed things from Dino and 4 signed things from 17 in general. So that's really nice. And then over here we've got their light stick, their first light stick, like the version 1 of their light stick, which is still my favorite. I also really like the second one and I really want to get it, but I think it's like out of print now that the third one has been announced or released, which is a little sad because I'm not the biggest fan of the third one. It's definitely grown on me more, but I still don't really like it that much. Then this is Ataka. This is the carrot version, so it was like it's like a binder, like a photo card binder, but like I don't use it because it doesn't really suit my needs for a photo card binder. And then over here we have some of their like taller albums. So we have AL1, then Teenage, the orange version, the white version. I really want the orange version and the green one, but like they're out of print and I'm so sad about it. Like the photo cards are also really difficult to get, so that's really upsetting. Like please Hype reprint their albums. Then we've got the repackaged to Teenage Director's Cut, which is another one of my favorite albums. Like there are only 4 new songs from Teenage, but like those 4 songs added to Teenage, which is already an amazing album, is just like amazing, like so good. Thanks and Run to You are some of my all-time favorite 17 tracks as well, so an amazing addition to Teenage. And then over here we've got the Face the Sun albums. I think I have them in order because they make that little thing you can see on the spines. All 5 versions are there. I don't have the carrot version yet, which is so upsetting because it's so pretty. So I'm hoping to get the carrot version because like it's like with the paint splash and everything, like it's so cute. Anyways, let's move on to the next shelf. Okay, so this is the rest of my 17 stuff so far and my EXO stuff. It's not my favorite shelf in my collection, but I just put it like this because I do have all 3 versions of FML from 17 on the way. They just haven't arrived yet, but I think they're gonna need quite a lot of space because they're like kind of thick boxes, I would say. Again, I don't know, I haven't held them yet, but I wanted to make space for those since I know I have them coming, you know. And then I just have my small EXO album collection. For EXO, it's really the colors that get me. Because like most of 17 albums are like really pretty color-wise, so I don't really mind, but EXO's discography has some interesting colors. But yeah, let me just start on the 17 side. So over here, I don't have too many albums, but I do have these 2 binders, like A5 binders. This one came with their 2nd fan club kit, and this one came with their 4th fan club kit. This one is really heavily sound damaged, as you can probably tell, which I'm so freaking upset about. And it's like entirely my own fault, so really upsetting. But yeah, I do have both of those. I know there was also a binder in the 3rd fan club kit, but that's like 1 through 4. The 3rd one is the only one that I didn't get. Then we've got another one of my Teenage standees. This is the Seungkwan version. Seungkwan is my 2nd bias. I traded for this one, I think, or I bought it. I think I actually bought this one. He's so cute. And then behind here we've got Busoksun's first physical album, so Second Wind. We've got the like normal photo book version and then the Kino version. I'm so excited for Busoksun physical. Like I love Just Do It, and I just love Busoksun in general. So I was really excited when I saw that they had a comeback because I kind of thought they weren't going to do anything. But yeah, and then one of their Japanese albums, We Make You, which I bought on eBay, actually. I think that's the only album that I've ever bought on eBay. This one, you might be a little bit confused by, especially since it's not June. I don't know what I'm doing. But this is the 2020, I think. No, it might have been... No, yeah, it's the 2020 Seasons Greetings. It's the one that was like the 17 House one. I think it's the last 17 Seasons Greetings that I got, because from then on I started buying like other groups, like prioritizing other groups. But yeah, I didn't have anything else to put here, so I just found one of their old calendars, and I had this one and then the one from the previous year, and the one from the previous year was like a lot smaller, so I thought, why not just get this one? And I have it set on Dino, of course, because again, he's my bias. And I have it on June because in my mind it was already June. Even though like this is June 2020 and not 2023, but oh well. Then over here we've got EXO, and that Baekhyun thingy, standee thing, is not standing in front of anything, so I won't be taking it out. But yeah, it's from the 2021 EXO Seasons Greetings. I didn't really like that concept very much, but it did come with the standee, so it's like, that's cute. I love standees, if you couldn't tell already. Then we got my small EXO collection, and I have them somewhat in height. This is technically taller than Don't Miss Out My Tempo, but the Overdose packaging is like really sturdy, so it like keeps the rest of it standing. So Overdose, then Don't Mess Up My Tempo. Then we've got both versions of Love Me Right. These are, I think, the Chinese version and the Korean version, or the other way around. Then same with Mama, we've got the Chinese version and the Korean version. And then this is the XOSC first mini. Is this What a Life? Yeah, it's their first mini album, What a Life, and this is the second version. Then this is the Universe album. Love this one. Their winter minis are always so good. Then this is the Lotto album, and both of their XOXO repackaged albums, which is probably my favorite EXO album, to be honest with you. Except for like Wolf. They're like my favorite albums. And it's also, again, I think the Korean and the Chinese version. Then this is the diary that came with the 2021 season's greetings. I just have it because like I needed something to fill a space. Then we've got The War, Power of Music, another really great album. And then another winter mini, which is For Life, I think. Pretty sure that's For Life. So that's my very small EXO collection. I kind of want to expand it, but then again, like, I feel like the other groups that I prioritize more are like so busy right now. It's not gonna be right now if I do expand. Anyways, let's move on to the next like big shelf. All right, moving on to the next of the bigger shelves. We've got my my sserafim shelf, my sserafim and IVE shelf. I've got two post izone shelves so far. And this is the first one. So over here in the sserafim portion, I've got my 2023 season's greetings, and I've got the calendar with the current month on it. So this is Kasaha for May. And then these two figures are made by the Sakura China Bar in honor of her birthday, I think last year. And when I saw them, I knew I just had to get them. So I have all four of them, but I just have Kimono Sakura and Fiesta Sakura, just guarding the sserafim section, because obviously she's a member of the sserafim, so I thought that she fit in on the shelf perfectly. And I have the other ones like on my desk. Then we've got my sserafim albums, and in order to not break things, I'm just gonna like do it like this for now, just because I don't want to break like the figures and the calendar. So first up we got Fearless. We've got the black petrol version and the blue, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I thought it was Cypher, but apparently it's not. That version, the mermaid version. Then we've got Anti-Fragile, got all three versions. Midnight Onyx, and the last one, which is, oh my god, something, oh, it literally says on it, Frozen Aquamarine, right. And then for their newest albums, Unforgiven, which I unboxed them in my last video on the channel, if you're interested in seeing an unboxing. And I've got the Dewy Sage version, the Dusty Amber version, and my favorite, the Bloody Rose album, or version. I love the Seraphim, but I think their album covers are extremely boring. And then over here, we've got a Sakura version of Hatsune Miku, guarding my Digipacks, compact versions. I think they're compact versions. This is called a monochrome version, but compact versions. I'll just remove Miku for a second. For anyone wondering, I think that was the 2021 noodle stopper, but I'm not sure. We've got, oh my god. I've gotten 7 versions of the monochrome because I collect OT5 / at the time 6. And then I also bought one myself for, like I joined a group order for 6 of them, and then I like bought one myself for unboxing purposes. Then we've got Anti-Fragile. I'm really upset about this, but I only have Chaewon's and Sakura's so far. It was only after I got those two that I realized I wanted to collect OT5 for like the albums as well. I would like to buy them sealed since I'm still missing a few compact version photo cards, but all of the stores I've seen where I can like choose the member, they only have Sakura in stock. So like that's really annoying. And then we've got Unforgiven, where I have all 5. So Chaewon or Glowing Silver, Sakura or Tanned Pink, Yunjin Blazing Green, Kataha Sparking Blue, and Inche Black and Red. So yes, let me just put everything back. And then over here we've got my small IVE collection so far. This right here is their like, it's called a welcome package, but it's basically their season's greetings from last year. And it's only here because I needed to fill the space until my like, oh, that album name is so weird. I have, I think it's called. until those albums get here. So it's just like a placeholder. Normally I don't really like storing boxes, like fan club boxes or season's greetings boxes, unless I like have to, or like store them with my albums unless I like have to, because usually like they're big and bulky. So yeah, but yes, I've got their first their first single. That's so annoying, they have so many singles. Like I've just been waiting for them to do mini albums, god damn it. But at least they released a full album, which was pretty nice. So I've got the red version and the black version. Then we've got all 3 versions of Love Dive, so the blue version, and I don't know what this is, the red version and the pink version. I'm sure there are like version names, but I don't know them. And then their third single, which is After Like, got the green, the blue, and the kind of orangey red one. So yeah, that was it for my I've Endless Seraphim shelf. Let's move on to my like girl group shelf, and then like below the girl group shelf is where my like the rest of my post IZ*ONE stuff is. Okay, so this is my girl group shelf, or what I call my girl group shelf. This is for girl groups that aren't post IZ*ONE, but are still girl groups that I collect. Whereas the girl groups that you saw on my other shelves, like I don't try to collect every single album of theirs. I just happen to have a few, or like to buy a few here and there. These are ones where I either have all of their albums or where I'm trying to get all of their albums. And you'll see a few things missing that we will get to later, because I store what I call big or inconveniently sized albums in my Kallax IKEA shelf, because they fit better there. And I will go through those. But for example, younglove.com by stayc is over there. And also the 2 other newjeans blue books are also there. And I think once I get more albums for this shelf, I'll be moving the one that you do see, the blue book that you do see, over to that shelf as well. They're like big and take up a lot of space, and like they don't really fit. I don't know. I have that shelf, which I will get to once I'm done with like this section over here. But yeah, let's just start from one end. So starting from the end here, we've got the honey version of newjeans blue book. This is their, or newjeans like first EP newjeans. I also have the hidden and the like OT5 version, but again, those are stored elsewhere. Then we've got Wua's Pit Up Hats. These are the only Wua albums that I have so far, but I do intend on getting like more. That's not true, I also have a Joy jewel case. But yeah, I've got both versions of the album. I think this is my favorite. Then we've got some Billy stuff. So these two are the Collective Soul and Unconscious Chapter 1. I don't have the Village of Perception one yet, unfortunately. I didn't buy it when it came out because at the time, like, Sean wasn't in the group, so I didn't really... Honestly, I didn't care too much about the group. Like, I liked Ring Ring, but I didn't really care too much to get into them. But then Sean joined, and all of a sudden I was like, I have to stand them now, and I really like Billy and the group, so that was good, I think. Really, very, very happy that I got to know them through Sean. And then Village of Perception Chapter 2. I've got all three versions, the blue, the green, and the red. Then for Chapter 3, which has already been announced, we're already way past that era. I do have all three albums on the way, just haven't arrived yet from my group order manager. Then we've got Stacy's Teddy Bear. These are some of the newest albums on the shelf. Genuinely love this album a lot. I recently started collecting Stacy, so I would say I'm like halfway through their discography in terms of albums. I don't know. But yeah, I've got Teddy Bear. Then this is Lunar Solar. They are disbanded. But Lunar Solar, Solar Flare. You saw this one earlier as well. I have a few extras of these because I did attend a fan sign. And then their second single, which was also their disbandment album, unfortunately, is Solar Rise. So both of them right here. Then we'll get into my Cherry Bullet collection, and thankfully all of their albums are together, even though Love Adventure and Let's Play Cherry Bullet are like a different packaging. I guess Cherry Rush is also different packaging, but like it's the same size. But I'm really, really happy that all of my Cherry Bullet collections are like together. So starting with Cherry Wish, we've gotten the kind of dark version and this version. I actually don't know what the different versions are for Cherry Wish. I also don't know what this version for Cherry Dash is called. It's called the Runway version. I just checked. And this is the Fashion House version. And then here is Cherry Rush, which is one of my favorites of their albums. It's genuinely so good. Then we've got their debut single, Let's Play Cherry Bullet, and their second single, Love Adventure. And that's it for my Cherry Bullet collection. I have every single album of theirs, which is pretty nice. Then we've got newjeans. Oh my god, this is the message version with Honey. I only have Honey so far, but I also really want to get the full member version, like the newjeans version. We have my stayc ASAP album, stayc We Need Love, both versions, and all three of Classy's current albums. So Class Is Over, Lives Across, and their most recent, which was so long ago, Day and Night. I really hope that they have a comeback soon because I miss them a lot and they really have made some really good music so far. And speaking of Classy, I do have this little standee of Hyungsa from their Japanese debut, which I'll just move out of the way. And I'll also move this Stacey teddy bear thing. This is the CN version, the yellow one. All right, so over here I have a fairly new addition to my collection. I made a TikTok setting this up, but it is a jewel case holder, and I'm so happy that I have that one. I found it on Amazon, and I think you just have to search like clear, like acrylic jewel case organizer, and it comes up eventually. But I really, really like it. The only thing is I've already outgrown it, which is upsetting a little bit, but oh well. I won't be like taking them all out, but I will like point to them, I guess. So on top here, actually, let me just do this one first. I have a few weird albums. So I've got the Digipack for Teddy Bear, and then Yena Love War Polka album, 2 platform albums, one from Billy and one from Classy. They are really weirdly sized, so I keep them up there. Very weird. For the jewel cases, I kind of hate this trend of jewel cases, and I blame SM for it. But I've got Kai's first mini album, then some Shutdown Japan version from Classy, so the member version, the Bowen version, and the Hyeju version. Then we've got my After Like from IVE jewel cases, and you can notice that there's a hole underneath because I'm again waiting for my I Have. Is it just called I Have? I don't know. Their newest full album. I'm waiting for those jewel cases. I'm not really hoping to go back and collect the Love Dive jewel cases, but I might in the future. You know, never say never. But yeah, I made space for those two there. Then we've got my hyewon Japanese album versions. So Sugisui Wasatai, Buenos Aires, and Vampire, and I still don't have 12. And 12 is really hard to get because it was like units and they were more expensive. And she was in a unit with Chaewon, so now it's even harder to get. But oh well. And then we've got some Joyuri jewel cases. I have 2 versions of OP22 Y Waltz in major, and then one of the in minor albums. These were like limited, but the photo cards were arguably better than like her photo book version, so I really wanted to get them. And then at the bottom of this one, I just have my EXO Love Me Right Romantic Universe version, Japanese edition, or Japanese album as well. And then on top here, we've got some jewel cases that didn't quite fit, or we got the Seraphim's Fearless album, like I think these are the limited editions that didn't fit in the jewel case holder thing, which is fine because again, I'm already out of space. And then we've got some more Fearless jewel cases. Again, I've got OT5 down here. It's in order, so Chaewon Sakura, Yunjin Katsuha, and Inche. Oh, I skipped this one. This is the, like, I think that's the limited version of Classy's Shutdown. But yeah, you can see it's kind of similar in packaging to these ones. It's like just too big to fit in the jewel case holder. Then we've got Stacy, younglove.com. I've got Sion's version and Yoon's version. I collect photo cards from Xion, Yoon, and Isa. These are nice to have. I would also like Isa's a lot. Then we've got my other Wua album, which is Joy, and I've got the Minso version. And then these are my AKB48 jewel cases. These are HKT and these are AKB. I only collect 48 group albums that have the izone members on the covers. These are all somewhat izone related, or somewhat related to Nako, Hitumi, or Sakura. And speaking of Sakura, this is her first photo book from HKT, I guess. But yeah, Sakura's first photo book. And then this is a magazine that has Bugaboo in it. And then this is a magazine that has Hitomi on the cover. So yeah, and it's just there because I don't have anywhere else to put it, so. Alright, then down here is my other post izone shelf. And I tried leaving a lot of room here because I swear these girls release so much stuff all of the time. Right now, as like a placeholder for the room that I'm leaving, I have my Minju stuff. She does not release albums. She releases like bigger stuff, and usually I don't really collect season's greetings and photo books for anyone other than Sserafim, IVE, and Hyewon. But since she does not have those albums, I made like an exception to the rule. So I've got her Pro Memoria, a limited photo book over there in the corner, and her 2023 season's greetings with the current month of the calendar as well. And then for the albums on this shelf, we've got the Kino version of Hush Rush by Cheon. This is her first mini and her debut, which we were waiting so long for. I'm so happy that it finally happened. And she just had her comeback, which I don't have yet, unfortunately. It's at my Korean address, but I don't have it on hand yet. Then these albums are Yena's Smiley, got both versions. Same with Smartphone, they're turned the wrong way. Smartphone, her second mini. And then her first single album, which is Love War, that came out this year. And we've got Inbi's third mini albums, Lethality, both versions. Same with Color, we've got both versions. This is her second mini. These are arguably better sizes than her first one. And again, the reason that I don't have those here is because they're such an inconvenient size, and I really dislike it. So I have those with my other albums, which is really sad because I like having like the post izone girlies together, but oh well. And then we've got Yuri's albums. So this is her debut mini, Glassy. Was it a single actually? I think it was a single. Then her first mini, which is OP22Y Waltz in Major, right. And as a follow-up, we've got the In Minor albums right here, so both versions. And then here at the end, we've got Cheon's first mini, which is Hush Rush. Again, just the photo book versions. That was it for these like big ones. Now I'll move on to the cube shelf. Okay, so this is the cube shelf that I was talking about. This is in another part of my room. It is a 3x4. You just can't see the bottom of it. It's not really important. Over here, I keep my binders and I keep some of the boxes that I don't have anywhere else to store. These aren't all of them. The rest of like the boxes and stuff are like still in boxes. Boxes in boxes, including my like Hyewon season's greetings, stuff like that. But yeah, I do have some of my like boxes filling up there. I have my fansign albums, and I also have some of the like bigger items that I was talking to you about, the ones that are like inconvenient to store. And I also have Kat. Part of the reason I wanted to show you this shot was just because Kat, I think she's very, very adorable down there. Like, that is just perfect for this actually. I just moved in and this whole move has been extremely like hectic, so not everything is perfect yet. I hope you can understand that. For those of you who are regulars on my channel, you probably recognize that that is in fact not Mina. That right there is my mom's cat. She's called Lulu, but we always call her Lule. But she's really, really cute. Let me give you a closer look on these fansign albums. Okay, because like of the size of these, I think I have to do them like this. Like, it's really hard for me to only show you like one cube, because my filming is not square, it is rectangular. But over here I've got my fansign albums and also Nico just chilling here. This is a price figure. All of my figures are price figures. I don't have the money to spend on like scale figures when I spend so much money on K-pop. But I do have this Nico, the Kotori and Maki versions of this, like from the same set, but haven't yet. Then in the background we have the box, the deluxe version. Can you even see it? In the background you can see the D-Icon special edition. They're like second collaboration with D-Icon. It was called like Shall We Dance. It was some of the last merch that they did, so it was very upsetting, kind of bittersweet. It's not a deluxe version, I think it's just like a special edition. Then for my fansign albums themselves, we've got Billy, the collective Soul and Unconscious, I got into a one-on-one fan call with Sean, which was really amazing. And then all of my Bugaboo fansign albums, I have talked to Bugaboo 9 times, which has been really nice, especially considering like they're not around anymore. They are disbanded. Though Rainy just joined a new group. Well, it's not a new group. It's Primrose. They're already debuted, but she just joined that group, and I will be collecting them going forward if they release physical stuff because I miss Rainy a lot. But yeah, these are the Pop. This is their second single album and their first single album, Bugaboo. I am a big fan of Choyeon. I watched Produce 48 back when it aired. That's why I like izone so much. Or one of the reasons, I guess. And my one pick before Hyewon was Choyeon until she was eliminated. And this was her group, Bugaboo, that I had been waiting very long for. So I was very excited to be able to meet them and hold these group orders for them. Yeah, and then Lunar Solar, I said that I had a fan sign with them. That was during their like debut era. I think it was the only fan sign that they did. And I got into it, which was really, really nice. So that is that album. And then this one is probably my most treasured fan sign album because it is with a few members of izone. So Cheon, Sakura, Yujin, and Hyewon. It was the unit with Hyewon. And I got into it on my birthday. Talked to Hyewon, like my old of olds, on my birthday, so that was really like special for me. And also like I obviously didn't know that at the time, but like now with the combination of that unit, like Yujin and Sakura, so like an IVE member and a sserafim member, and I think that's also kind of cool. Really special to me that I have that album. And my fansign video from that is actually up on my channel if you want to watch it. I don't recommend watching it because it's extremely cringe. But it's there if you are curious. Then moving down, this is the like inconvenient sized shelf that I spoke about a lot, and these all vary from like being too tall to being in the other shelves, or just like being thin and long and flimsy, or really like long to the back, and it's just really inconvenient and they damage really easily, and I don't like having them on my other shelves. That's why they're here. So first up we've got NCT We Young, Formula of Love by Twice. We got 2 versions. I joined the group order. Then YoungLove.com by stayc. I'm actually gonna take this one out because this is really like tight. Then this is the special edition of ITZY's Crazy in Love. Was it just called Savage? I think it's just called Savage. Like the album is just called Savage. aespa Savage. This is the... Did they call it the Digipack? I think they might have. Then this is the Limitless album by NCT 127, and this is actually my favorite NCT album ever. It's just like the styling is really ugly and the album is like so weird. But like musically, it's one of my favorites. Then we've got the 2 InB albums. These are her debut, and I'm so happy that she didn't do this packaging again because that is so annoying. Then this is From Miss Nine's Fun Factory. NCT 127 Regulate. You know when I said that 17 had like such bad like packaging? NCT are definitely also up there of the worst offenders. Like, it's so bad. Then we got Fancy You by Twice. These are the Baekhyun albums, The Light, that would look really, really weird in between City Lights and Bambi. I don't remember what this version is, but they released like 3 versions and then they released the Delight. No, the Cherish version afterwards. So this is the Cherish version. Then these are the izone, the Icon magazines. So the first one with the Hyewon cover, it's called Look at My Eyes. And then Look at My Eyes, but like the special Japanese version, which you can see is like slightly bigger. Then the second one, which was again their last one, which is Shall We Dance with the Hyewon cover. And then the like big version. And I did unbox all of these on my channel if you're interested in seeing like what's in them. Then we got some more Savage albums. And Hello Future. This era of SM was so annoying. They released so many of these like big albums and it was just like so annoying. Then we got Taeyeon's second mini Purpose, the deluxe edition. Red Velvet's Queendom. Again, very different from their like the jewel, like the case version, which is so cute. But yeah, that's why I keep it here again. And then the 2 newjeans blue books. So this is the This is the hidden version. This is the hidden version, and the other one is the full group version. Then down here, these are just some boxes that I thought I'd show you. We got 17's 2019 season's greetings, iZone's first fan club kit, Billy's latest season's greetings, or their first season's greetings, I guess, the X1 fan club kit, and another special edition of Crazy in Love, the newjeans version. And it's here because it doesn't fit anywhere else. Like I said, I do have a lot more boxes and stuff that are just like stored away right now. And I also have a lot of like extra albums, especially from like fansigns I've joined, that are in boxes right now because I don't want to store them out like that, but yeah, there are a lot. There are quite a lot. So I will end it up here. I won't be going through my binders and stuff, and also not those games that you see in the middle cube. I hope this video wasn't too chaotic. My albums are kind of all over the place because I have so many of them and I'm not sure where to put them all. I like the setup that I have right now. Probably gonna change it soon. Again, I have a lot of albums coming as well, and with that, like it by default it just changes all the time. But I haven't done one of these in so long, so I thought it was about time that I updated you. I'm gonna officially like end the video here. So like thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna start posting like content kind of on the regular again. If you watched all this way through, like you can put a cat emoji in the comments. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings. And if you have any questions that aren't already answered in the pinned comment, then like please do let me know. I would love to answer them if I have the answer. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and officially bye. If you're new to my channel, if this is the first video of mine that you're ever watching, I wouldn't recommend watching this part because I'm just gonna be like talking about what has kind of happened in the last 6 months. And it's not gonna be very visually pleasing or anything. It's just gonna be me talking over this screen. But yeah, so you can leave now unless you're like extremely nosy, that's okay. But I feel like because I've been speaking so much about my private situation in the past half year, I feel like I kind of owe my YouTube people that don't follow me on other like social media platforms. That makes me sound like I have like 1 million followers. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I know I don't owe you anything, but like I feel like I owe you to like give like an update, like a small update. So yeah, if you're still like watching this and you're new here, like what are you doing? But it's okay. So just to keep you like up to speed, like we were kind of moving away from a very abusive situation with my mom's husband, ex-husband, and it was something that I think I worried a few people with by just like talking so nonchalantly about it, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we moved. That was kind of an in-between period where we stayed at like my mom's friend's house, like with the cats and all. This very weird, just like cramming us into like one little room. But like we were very thankful that we were allowed to stay there. But we got like our things and everything moved, and now we've been in this new house for like, I want to say like almost 2 weeks, and it's been pretty nice. It's definitely like, I feel very anxious still. I mean, by default, I'm a very anxious person, but I think it's gonna take some time before I'm fully like at a point where I feel safe. I'm definitely not there yet, but I definitely feel a lot. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I started crying in the middle of like trying to give you a cheerful update. I'm so sorry. But like, I definitely feel a lot safer, yeah, than I did like a month ago. But again, it's gonna take some time before I like really fully feel. I don't know if I'll ever feel safe because I'm anxious, like I said, but like I think it's gonna take some time before I feel better. Over the past, and it's not just 6 months. It's been way longer than that. It's been building up, you know, and over these past like 9 months, like 9 to 12, even like 9 months to a year, my mental health and my physical health as well has just deteriorated. And right now I'm on a sick leave from school because of everything that's going on, and it's just like, or a sick leave from university, and it's a lot, and I've been very overwhelmed. But I'm in a headspace right now, and also like in a physical space right now where I can make videos again, and I love making videos, so I will like continue doing that. And don't be too worried about me, because like I'm getting help. I just feel like I needed to like come on here and like say something, because my kind of last talking video before everything went like really, really bad, I think I worried a lot of people based on the comments, and I didn't realize that as I was like filming and editing it. I was just like, oh yeah, that's like a throwaway comment and stuff. But like, I think people were actually listening to what I was saying and not so much the tone of my words, and I think I worried a lot of people. I'm really sorry about that. I mean, you're right to be worried, but I am a stranger on the internet, so I didn't want to like worry random people, but I just felt like I needed to like say something, you know? Without going into too much detail. And I don't think I have. I don't know. I don't have like a filter. I'm a chronic oversharer, and I think if you have watched a lot of my videos, like, you know that already. You know that I'm a chronic oversharer. I mean, that's how this situation came to like be known in the first place. Like, I have no filter when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, I feel a lot better. Again, I'm gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take a lot of time for me to work on my mental and, again, physical health to kind of be back to a point where I feel like, again, safe. I think safety is like the #1 thing on my mind right now, is that I'm so scared all of the time. But like, it's definitely gotten a lot better. I feel more motivation and just like more clarity in my mind. And yeah, I just wanted to give you an update. I've said that like a million times. I feel like I need to justify this, but again, some people might have been worried, and I would feel very weird just like continuing to post, like all of a sudden just like picking it back up without like mentioning anything. And I kind of did that with my last video for Unforgiven, like the Unforgiven unboxing. Like, more like new people watch unboxings as opposed to like most other videos, so I didn't want to like confuse people in that one. And that's also why I put this like at the end, because then you could like skip this part, you know, just like stop the video when I said that it was over. But yeah, I hope I sound better as well. I'm not like trying to put on like a voice or anything, but I don't know, everyone I've met in the past like 2 weeks have been like, oh my god, you seem like everything is a lot better now. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But yeah, I'll stop now before I like say a bunch of things that I really shouldn't. But yeah, don't worry about me, I'm a lot better. And we're gonna pick up this YouTube thing again, because I genuinely love this shit so much. I really like doing this, and I want to continue doing it, because I think I've built up like a really nice little community, and it's really nice. So now, finally, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video soon. Bye, I love you. Mwah.